Welcome back to another video. Today's video is titled 7 Things You Should Never Do as a Man. Let's get straight into it. Point number 1, neglect your purpose. If you're fortunate enough to have identified your purpose in life, your life's work, your mission, then do not take that for granted. Millions of men today are sucked into the system. They wake up every single day and they go to a job they hate. They go and make someone else's dream a reality. They feel like a number. They are disrespected in the workplace. So if you're lucky enough to have found something that you enjoy and something that you're quite good at, then do not take that for granted. Wake up every single day and go hard. And don't neglect it. Don't start doing well and then think, okay, yeah, I'm happy now. I'm doing all right. I'm making a bit of money. And because what happens then is you start going backwards. Remember what I always say, guys, in life, you're either moving forwards or moving backwards. You don't stay the same. If you stop doing the thing that you're good at, you're going to get worse. If you don't use it, you lose it, as they say. Okay? So wake up every single day, go out the house and go and create, go and produce. Ultimately, that will serve and benefit you in other aspects of your life as well. In your relationship, for example, your woman's going to think, wow, my man is out here pursuing the thing that makes him happy, something that brings him a lot of fulfillment. You know, you're leading by example. Okay? So don't neglect your purpose. Point number 2, don't let your woman lead the relationship. Now, when I say don't, I don't mean if she suggests going to this restaurant instead of that restaurant that you beat the shit out of her. No, that's not what I'm saying. Okay, what I mean is embrace your role as a man. There aren't gender roles. Men and women are different. We're not the same. This whole equality thing is bullshit. As a man, you are expected to protect and provide. So don't sit on your ass jacking off all over yourself whilst your wife's at work and you do nothing. You ain't got a job. Because you may feel great right now. Okay, oh, I've got all this time at home. I'm playing video games while she's out there making the money. Eventually she'll leave you. I guarantee you that. You need to be out there creating. You need to be out there working hard and excelling in your career path. Okay, that's how you gain the respect of your woman. Not by sitting on your ass. Believe me, it's more common than you think. Men sitting out on their ass doing nothing, whilst their wife is out there sometimes even working 2 jobs, believe it or not, to support the family because the husband ain't doing shit. Go out there and create. Embrace your role as a man. Okay? Number 3, don't backstab someone. Don't go behind their back and start gossiping. Oh, did you know that James did this? Oh, you know, Mohammed was doing... Don't be a little bitch. If you have a problem with someone, say it to their face. Don't engage in this feminine behavior of, oh, did you hear about... I heard that his money isn't even this. And don't be that guy. Because if you start backstabbing someone in front of me, I'll stop being your friend. Because I know for a fact you're going to do it about me when I'm not around as well. You know, you're sitting there, oh yeah, did you hear? You're going to say the same about me. I don't trust people that gossip about others behind their back. Snakes, cowards as well, because they won't say that to that person's face 9 times out of 10. Okay? Don't backstab. Be a man and go and confront that person if it's really bothering you that much. If not, then shut the fuck up. Don't disrespect your parents. Now, I know someone's going to say, but Ali, my relationship with my parents is very toxic. You know, my dad left. I understand that. In that case, there's not much that you can do if your dad's not around. But if you have good parents who have worked hard to provide you with a roof over your head, a mother that cooks for you, puts food in your belly, cleans your clothes, don't ever disrespect her. Don't ever disrespect your dad who's out there working 60 hours a week, supporting the family, buying you your first car or sending you money whenever you need it. You know, your parents aren't going to be here one day. You've got to remember this. As you are getting older, they are getting older. One day you're going to get the news. You're going to get a phone call that something happened to them. So whilst they are here, treasure them. You don't have that much time with them, if I'm honest with you, especially if you live in a different country and you see them twice a year. If your parents are in their 60s right now, think about that for a second. Twice a year, let's just say the average man passes away at 75, and that's being considerate. Twice a year for 15 years, so you've only got 30 occasions to meet your parents before they go. You know, let that sink in for a second. You don't have 15 years. If you only see them twice a year, you have 30 separate occasions where you see them, and that's it, they're gone. So don't disrespect your parents. Now, granted, you won't agree with everything they say, but you can be respectful about it. You know, I get messages from guys that say, my parents don't want me to be an entrepreneur. And most of the time, when they say that, I smile, because it's not that they don't want you to be an entrepreneur. It's just that they're unfamiliar with entrepreneurship. Maybe your dad was an engineer and he wasn't familiar with the internet growing up. So obviously now it's a shock to him, and he's afraid that you may not make it. So he may suggest something, and yes, conversations may get heated, but your dad wants what's best for you ultimately. Okay? So don't disrespect your parents, man. Be respectful. If there's a particular sort of subject that irritates them, just don't bring it up. Okay? Keep that to yourself. If you know it's going to cause an argument, keep that quiet. Don't talk about it with them. Okay? Don't neglect your health. I always talk about this. Ultimately, health is wealth. Without your health, you can't pursue the wealth. If you're bedridden, you can't exactly be out here making moves, can you? You're sick. Someone is taking care of you. In fact, you become a liability, unfortunately, if you're sick and you're bedridden. So take care of your health. Don't be drinking 4 or 5 fucking Red Bulls a day, you know, eating shit food every single day and then complaining about the way your body looks. Your body just simply reflects your lifestyle choices. Okay? Your habits. If I look at someone and he's enormous, I know this person hasn't been disciplined and is probably not disciplined in other areas of life as well. And I'm saying that in a respectful manner. I'm not saying I'll disrespect them and say, you know, you're this, you're that. No. But when I look at someone who's clearly out of shape, I know he hasn't been disciplined. In a loving way, I may advise that person if he comes to me and asks for advice and say, hey, listen, man, you've got to clean up your diet. But you got to remember, the way you look is a reflection of your lifestyle decisions, your habits. So start engaging in better habits, okay? Plus, everything affects everything, as Jim Rohn says. If you look good, you're in shape, your woman's going to find you more attractive, you'll have better sex, you'll be able to go out there and work harder for longer as well. You know, you're more likely to live longer as well. I mean, of course, with that, you don't know. You could die from a heart attack tomorrow. But there's a higher chance you'll live a few more years if you're in better shape, which means you get to walk your daughter down the aisle, you get to essentially experience beautiful things with maybe your children's children, you know, so take care of your health. Number 6, stay where you are disrespected. Never stay where you are disrespected. And that applies to the workplace. If you're in a place where you are constantly being disrespected by your manager's humiliating you in front of your co-workers, don't stay there. I don't care how much they pay you. Walk away with your pride and your integrity. Don't sit there like a little cuck with your mouth shut because I need the money. Now, granted, make some moves. If you start experiencing a very toxic environment, start applying, you know, to other jobs. Position yourself for the jump, okay? Don't stay there for long, okay? Another thing is your relationships. I mean, there's guys out there that are tolerating, I don't know how they're tolerating it, to be honest with you, man. It can never be me. They are in relationships where they are being cussed at, humiliated, their girlfriend's saying some foul shit to them every single day, and they are sitting there and accepting it. Because in their heads, they feel like I can't do better. So I gotta shut my mouth and take it. No. You have ultimately lost her respect anyways. If a woman feels like she can constantly disrespect you and she can get away with it, as in there are no consequences. Yes, you may hang around for the benefits. And when I say benefits, I mean you take her out to fucking nice food places, you buy her bags and all that shit. She may stay around for the convenience of the situation. But the moment another man comes along who doesn't take her disrespect, she's gone. And that's why women will say shit like, I want a man to put me in my place. Why do they say that? They are telling you right there and then what they actually want, which is someone who checks them. They find that attractive. They don't want to feel like you are a fucking, how can I put it, man? Like you are something to look at in sympathy. Oh, that poor little thing. I'm walking all over him. Look at him and he's taking it. What a bitch. They don't want to feel that way about you. They want to be like, oh shit, I can't disrespect him like that. And every woman will poke and prod to see how much they could get away with. Ultimately, you got to check that shit early. Bring her to the side if it's at a family gathering and she said something disrespectful. Hey, I didn't appreciate what you said back there. You know, make sure you iron it out early on. The earlier the better, because if you're 2-3 years in and you've been taking disrespect and now you mention something, she'll think, oh, hang on a second, is it only now that you're bringing this up? I've been doing this for years. And she'll almost feel like, what's wrong with this guy? It's still better late than never, but ultimately if it's got to that point where you're 2 years in and she's still disrespecting you, the reality is she ain't the right girl for you, and you should just cut it right there. Okay? Last but not least, don't brag about helping someone. A lot of people will come to you in life in a very bad position. Okay, they're being vulnerable with you, they're telling you about something that they're bothered about, they need some help, they're clearly stressed. And you may help them, which is fantastic, but don't brag about helping them. Because then that shows that the help wasn't sincere. The support wasn't genuine. That means you did it for clout. You did it so other people could say, wow, look at this guy, he's the big shot, he helps everyone in need. Don't brag about it, man. Keep your mouth bloody shut. Otherwise, don't fucking help this person at all. I mean, some people just crave attention. And they'll film themselves doing charitable acts. They'll fucking tell all their mates about this one time they helped. Just don't, man. I get it, some of us want to set a good example. But if someone sees you one day donating money to someone in public, then that's something that you have no fucking power over. Because they saw you and they may talk about you in a good way. It is what it is, okay? But don't go out of your way to film it or to talk about it at the dinner table. Oh, I helped this homeless guy. You know, I gave him it. Because some guys will do that even with women that they're interested in. They'll paint themselves as a fucking saint, as an angel. Oh, I always do these things. And it just makes you look like a fucking ungenuine, cocky bastard. If you help someone, keep it between you and that person. If someone entrusts you with something that is extremely sensitive and personal, do not go out there and start talking about it to everybody else. It says more about you than that person. Okay? So hopefully this video helps. If it does, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.